Hey everyone, this is Dan with Great Adventure Guide. I am here at the Coaster Power Hours, the first ever one. So this is Friday, April 16th, right? 16th, I think. And I'm here to check out whether or not it is actually possible to ride every roller coaster in the night. That's what they're kind of boasting here, is that there's gonna be low wait times. And I haven't seen too many people yet. So let's find out whether or not this is gonna be really worth your while. Let's make it a great one. Tonight, I'm gonna start over in the indoor roller coasters, not because I think there's gonna be a long line, but because it's raining right now, and I just don't feel like getting pelted in the face with rain, so that's what we're doing. All right, so I'm gonna start over at Skull Mountain, which is a ton of fun. It's a great family ride. It's, you know, it's not too much of an intense ride, but it's still fun for the whole family. It's really dark in there, I will say that, so if you have little kids that are scared of the dark, they're gonna be frightened of that. But there's a cool waterfall in the front, just a really nice facade on the front of the building. So let's go and see how long the wait is. It's what, 6:08, the park just opened 8 minutes ago, and let's see how long I have to wait for it. That really is a fun ride. No hate on Skull Mountain. I mean, it is what it is. It's a small family roller coaster. And if your kid isn't afraid of the dark, really, it's a great one to check out with them. A good beginning starting roller coaster. It's just a little bit intense with not being able to see what's happening. I personally came here before with he was a grown adult man, but he had never been to an amusement park before. He lived out west. It's a sad life in South Dakota. And that was our first roller coaster, and he couldn't handle it because it was so dark. He did a better job on Superman, but that's another story for another time. That's kind of the whole story anyways. So I was leaving Skull Mountain and noticed that in all of its glory, there is the Jersey Devil. Oh, can you see it? Hold on, let me get a better shot. How beautiful is that? I mean, it's just a stunning piece of work, and I cannot wait to ride it. You can see right there on the track, we actually have one of the trains up there. And yeah, it comes over here. That's pretty much this is the whole thing, but cannot wait to ride this thing. I have been on Wonder Woman Lasso of Truth, which is the single rail roller coaster over at Six Flags Fiesta Texas in San Antonio, and it was mind-blowing. It was the most intense roller coaster I've ever been on. I mean, aside from the launch of Kingda Ka, technically, yes, that would be more intense. That was weird. Batman just stopped at the top. That was crazy. They just stopped for a second, but they're going again. Hopefully everything's good there. That was a little sketchy. Got stuck there once before. Anyways, yeah. Cannot wait for Jersey Devil, because if it's even faster than Wonder Woman Lasso of Truth, I mean, I had bruises on my shoulder from it because it was so intense with the overarm restraints. I literally had bruises on my shoulders from going on it so much. So, but it was worth it. I cannot wait. Just in case you weren't aware, at Coaster Power Hours, it's all about the coasters. That's the only thing that's open tonight are the coasters. All of them are supposed to be open, you know, as long as there's no technical difficulties or any of that kind of stuff. But it's just coasters. So if you're looking to get on other rides, or even Justice League Battle for Metropolis, which is my favorite ride in the park, you're not gonna be able to do that. But I am about to go into my second ride, which is the Dark Knight coaster, not because it's my favorite, but because it's inside, and that's more important. Oh, look at that Batman ride going behind me somewhere. There it is. It looks like I'll be walking on to my second roller coaster in a row with absolutely no line, so this is a good start. Thankfully, I did not wait at all again for the Dark Knight, so that's 2 coasters down tonight, and I have had 0 wait time. I've just walked onto both of the rides. Skull Mountain, I was the only person on the train, and then obviously Dark Knight, I was the only person in my car, but that's not super uncommon. So we are going to maybe look for some food because it's still raining and I'm hungry, so that seems like a pretty good next step. So one of the cool things about this event is it's actually an exclusive food event as well. They have different food set up, mainly right around the center area when you first enter in. And so I looked around, there's a piggy dog at one place that has a hot dog with pulled pork and bacon, which sounds amazing, but I know I'll be sick if I eat it. So I skipped over that, and I went for the chicken Alfredo pizza over at Primo Pizzeria. I know where I just ate from. I've never eaten pizza here because it always looks pretty sad, but this doesn't look too bad. Yeah, this is a big piece of pizza too. Nice big pieces of chicken. Let's see. It's a crappy white piece of pizza with chicken. It kind of tastes like a grilled cheese. It says it's mozzarella. It must be like a blend of mozzarella and American because it tastes like a grilled cheese sandwich with chicken on top. Not bad, and it came with French fries too. And they said that you're supposed to add $2 on to the price. It was like $12.99 plus $2 if you have a meal plan. So just $2 on top of your dinner option, but she didn't charge me. And I even asked her, I was like, don't I owe you something? She's like, nah, you're good. And I don't know if she just didn't care but I'll take, we'll call this I don't know if we'll call it a win, but it's not a lose. It's not a lose. All right, so I finished my slice of pizza, and if you like thin pizza, not the worst thing in the world. Kids will probably love it. Personally, I would have liked maybe some broccoli on there, something to freshen it up and go along with the chicken Alfredo and stuff like that. But it was just a heavy, weird. The crust almost tasted almost had a pretzel flavor to it. It was trying to be a special pretzel crust pizza or something like that. It wasn't bad. It wasn't terrible. And the French fries were the same French fries you get everywhere here at Six Flags, pretty much. So, yeah. If you are into white pizza and you like bland food, go for it. It's not the worst thing in the world. Well, the rain is holding on here, so I'm not really feeling the high-speed roller coaster, and I did just eat that entire slice of pizza, which was very filling. I will give it that. So I'm going to go on Harley Quinn Crazy Train, which I think I've been on one time. Definitely not one I normally go on, but there's no lines anywhere still tonight. It doesn't look like there's going to be, maybe because of the rain. I'm not sure. Maybe people just don't know about this event yet. So pro tip, get here next Friday if you can, because this is amazing. No lines at all. If it was actually nice weather, this would be stellar. Just got off of the Harley Quinn Crazy Train, which had absolutely no line again. And I had a little bit of a weird experience just because of a high-strung worker. There was a younger girl who was behind me, and she gave me row one. I'm like, oh, let her take row one. And she was all bent out of shape, but needless to say, she got row one, so all is well. Fun ride, definitely a lot smoother and less crazy in the front. So if you're looking for a good beginner ride for kids, make sure that they're towards the front of the train. If they're in the back of the train, they're gonna be whipped around a lot. But yeah, it's a good kiddie coaster, whatever. So this has been a weird night. I guess since I'm over here, I should go over to the Joker. And the Joker is one of 3 rides here at Six Flags that you always need to put all of your belongings into a locker with a non-rider. I wish you just had audio of myself on that. The level of, I got 4 full flips upside down. Probably the best ride I've ever had on the Joker. So for Coaster Power Hour, the Joker did not disappoint me today. And also, side note, I talked about the lockers. You can't use cash for the lockers anymore. You need to use a card for lockers and everything else in the park. So make sure you know that. But make sure you check out the Joker. And if the Joker ever has a long line, when you first get here, sometimes people see that right going down the center line. They're like, oh man, we need to go ride that. And they go there right away. Big tip, go somewhere else and come back to the Joker later, because chances are there's not gonna be any line towards the later afternoon hours, all right? So there's a tip for you, but a lot of fun on the Joker. And I'm gonna head over towards Superman and Green Lantern, and I'm gonna get those out of the way. It's still kind of rainy. Oh, did I see El Toro run? Oh, I hope El Toro is running. I haven't seen King Ka or El Toro go yet. Just got off of Superman. What a fun ride. It doesn't matter what row you're on for Superman. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be intense during that pretzel loop. By far my favorite inversion in the park. And well, I guess we gotta go on Green Lantern because I'm trying to go on every roller coaster that's open here. I did see El Toro running, so I'm excited about that because it has been forever since I've been out on El Toro. They were doing work on it at the end of the season last year. I saw them testing it earlier on this season with actual dummies in the coaster. I have some footage that I can put in there. But yeah, we're going to Green Lantern right now. Green Lantern is definitely not my favorite ride in the park. It is one that is super bumpy and will give me a headache, but if I get towards the front, it shouldn't be too bad, so hopefully this will be a good one. All right, so I went on Green Lantern, and you know what my problem is with that roller coaster? It's not that it's just bumpy, but the way the restraints are, they come right up against your head, and it kills my ears, especially when it's cold out like it is today. I did it for you folks. I'm trying to get on every roller coaster. But other than that, it's not the worst roller coaster. I mean, it's cool to be standing up and all. I mean, it's a neat idea, but I feel like it's one of those things where it sounds like it's gonna be super intense and scary and gonna be a great idea, but it doesn't exactly pan out that way, if that makes sense. But you know, it's all good. And so I would be going to Kingda Ka next, but it has not been running and saying temporarily closed in the app. I wonder if the cut through is open between Kingda Ka to El Toro. I could walk towards that way. But I'm gonna keep an eye on Kingda Ka for now, and I'm gonna head over to El Toro because I did see that running. Cannot wait to get on that. It's been so long. So let's get there. The time has come for El Toro. I'm so stoked. El Toro, what an incredible ride. I mean, by far one of the best winter roller coasters I've ever been on. I think the only one that beats it for me is still the Phoenix at Knoebels, which I haven't been on in so long, but that's still number one in my heart. But El Toro is absolutely incredible, crazy, intense, a little bumpy, so if got a bad back, watch out. Maybe go towards the front rows, but man, what an incredible ride. I would say it's the most intense ride in the park. Yes, Kingda Ka is technically more intense than El Toro, but overall, El Toro just keeps on going. It keeps the intensity the entire time, right down to the final seconds. So El Toro is the most intense ride in my opinion here at this park. But anyways, we are off to Bizzaro, and Bizzaro is a great ride to ride at night. So I'm really excited about that. Hopefully the fire is going because those extra effects just make it such a cool experience. Let's do this thing. All right, question for you guys. Who here preferred Medusa over Bizzaro? Because if you're that person, you're crazy because Bizzaro is so much better with all the extra special effects, especially if the fire is going, so much cooler. I mean, Medusa, great and all, but Bizzaro was definitely a step up. It was a little cheap because they pretended like it was a new roller coaster, but it was a new experience, so I'm ready to go for it. But I do appreciate this nod to Medusa here. They did a great job with that. They created a whole story on these like comic strips inside of the line about how Medusa became Bizzaro, which is, I mean, it's really nerdy, but if you're a DC fan and a Six Flags fan, you will enjoy it too much. Bizzaro is an absolutely incredible roller coaster. Make sure you get on it. It's kind of hidden all the way in the back, and a lot of people never travel down there, but it's so worth it. Fire or no fire, it's an incredible roller coaster. You go upside down 7 times. It's usually a pretty smooth ride. I got the back row, which is my favorite. It was just a great time. So make sure you get there. And usually there's not much of a line. So really it's a great roller coaster to go to on a really crowded day, because chances are you don't have to wait that long and you'll be able to still experience a world-class, amazing roller coaster. But unfortunately, my next roller coaster to check off the list is not exactly world-class or amazing. It's the Runaway Mine Train. And if there's any roller coaster I'm afraid of in this park, it is this one. Because it's fast, because it's tall, because it goes upside down, none of those reasons. Because it feels like it's going to fall apart every time I'm on it, and it goes right over the water, and I feel like the train's just gonna go off the tracks. I'm gonna like be stuck inside of the train, and I'm gonna drown. It's gonna be terrible. But I'm trying to go on every roller coaster during Coaster Power Hours. That's the goal tonight, so I'm going for it. If I'm going to put myself through this torture, the least that you can do is give this video a like, all right? I'd appreciate it. Well, I survived. It was frightening, but I made it through. No drowning, so that's good. We have a lot of roller coasters down, but we still have quite a few more to go. It's about 9 o'clock. Let's see if I can make it through all these. Right now, I should be going to Batman and Nitro, but I'm gonna take a quick stop in the middle of the park because I saw a snack that's exclusive to Coaster Power Hours and it looked really interesting. I mean, my hopes are never too high with Six Flags food, but who knows? This could be a good treat. I'm at Sweet Cakes and Cones, which is right next to the front entrance. And inside, they are saying that they have extreme beignets. And so we're gonna see what that's all about. All right, it is time for the unboxing, the unveiling of our amazing beignets. Well, I don't know if they're amazing or not. All right, oh, all right, so it's kind of hard to see them. Oh, okay, the sugar really melted. These are massive. Like, they've got to be like as big as my hand. That's crazy. All right, let's see how these are. Let me cut into this, and this is a very airy, a lot lighter and airier than I was expecting it to be. It looks pretty good. All right, I'm gonna go for it. I'm curious. I'm a mess. Oh, okay. I can get behind that. It's actually really good. It's really light and airy, but it has a nice flavor to it. It's sweet, but it's not sickly sweet to me. I would go with the caramel. The hot fudge option was really just Hershey syrup. So the caramel sauce might be a little bit better, but that's delicious. It's not too greasy because it's deep fried, and sometimes like their funnel cakes, if the oil's not hot enough, it'll just kind of like soak in all the oil and you take one bite and it like just hits your stomach and it's rough. At least for me, it's not a good time when I have their funnel cake, but this is not like that at all. Light and airy, has a little bit of a crisp on the outside because it's deep fried. Sweet, but not too sweet. All right, I'm gonna enjoy the rest of this. I'll catch you guys afterwards. All right, I'm on my last bite. I would still stand by what I said before. It's wonderful. I'd recommend it for $8. It's not a bad choice. It's definitely shareable. You could have just one beignet and that would be plenty, but it's also doable to eat by yourself, as I just did, or I'm just about to do. So highly recommend, definitely go for it. I'd put it above fried Oreos personally, which I love deep fried Oreos, but I'd put it just above deep fried Oreos, especially if you're here for Coaster Power Hours. It's a special snack, you're not gonna get it at any time, other times, so I would go for it and save the deep fried Oreos for a regular night. Those are wonderful too, even though they'll like, again, probably shorten your life by 5 years, but worth it. All right, now that the beignet is out of the way, and I am kind of sad that it's out of the way because it was so good, I could revisit that again, but I have 2 more roller coasters to get on in order to get on all the roller coasters tonight, except for Kingda Ka. Unless Kingda Ka opens up, you never know, it stopped raining. Maybe if the wind goes down, it will open up. We'll see what happens. But I have Nitro and Batman the Ride, and while I love both of these, I think I'm gonna have to go on Nitro right now because Batman definitely whips you around a little bit more, makes you a little bit dizzy, and after those beignets, I'm feeling a little bit full, so I think that Nitro might be the better option out of the 2. Nitro just celebrated its 15th anniversary, and man, this roller coaster is still just as good as ever. It's smooth, it's intense, and it's just a classic floorless B&M roller coaster. It never disappoints, always a good time. And now they have strobe lights, apparently. So let's go ride Nitro. What a great ride. Nitro is one of my favorites. I've probably said that about 5 times tonight, but Six Flags Great Adventure, I mean, you can hate on it all you want. They have incredible roller coasters at the end of the day. There's a reason that so many people come to this park, and it's not just because it's so well located close to New York City and Philadelphia. It's so much more than that. Just outstanding roller coasters, time and time again. Record breakers, just incredible rides. So Nitro is definitely one of those, and I rode it twice because there was no line, so I could just stay on the coaster, which was great. That's been happening all night. I could have ridden pretty much everything right away, one after another, because there's been no lines. It's been incredible. That means I got 2 rides on Nitro, which kind of makes up for Kingda Ka in a way. Honestly, I'd rather go on Nitro than Kingda Ka most days because Nitro is such a great ride through and through. Kingda Ka is amazing too, but that leaves us with just 1 roller coaster left. Batman the Ride. It's going off right now, and I better get over there before it closes. Oh, we still have a whole hour? I got plenty of time. All right, I know I'm over at Nitro. I'm not like in the middle of the park, but still, there's nobody around at all. It really feels like you have the park to yourself, like you're a part of some like super exclusive event. because you kind of are. And it was only $5 for season pass holders, $30 for non-season pass holders, and you get the park to yourself, no lines. If you only come to Six Flags because of the coasters, which for a lot of people, that's exactly why you come to the park, then you really should consider checking out Coaster Power Hours. There she is in all her glory, the Batmobile. It is time to ride Batman the Ride. Gotham City Park, here we come. This is one of those queues that's like not actually really well themed, but it kind of is in its own way, you know? I like it. They always have the best music in here, and this tunnel is still cool. I kind of liked when they did the whole, what was it? The Suicide Squad layover with all the crazy lights, but you know, the red's cool too. It's very Batman. I like Batman. What can I say? If Batman can wear a mask, you can wear a mask. Look, I know Batman is a clone and it might not be everyone's cup of tea, but that's just such a great, there's a reason that they made that into a clone. It's an intense dangling feet roller coaster. I love it, I really do. I have been known to ride that ride over and over again late at night in the summer when it gets dead. Like I think my record is 5 in a row. I did not do that just now. Ooh, it's got stopped at the top again. That's crazy, that happened twice. But it's still going, so I guess all is well. That didn't happen to me when I was on it. Well, there you have it, folks. Coaster Power Hours at Six Flags Great Adventure was an incredible event. It felt like an exclusive club that only you and your friends were invited to. The entire park was empty. Every ride was a walk-on practically the entire night. I highly recommend it. I got to ride 12 rides, technically 11 roller coasters 12 times because Kindercobb wasn't open, but other than that, it was like absolutely incredible. And honestly, I could have easily done 24 rides in that same amount of time. I was just taking my good old time and I wanted to check out all the different food and different exclusive things that were happening in the event. So had I just been committed and trying to ride roller coasters the entire time, I could have done so much more. Really can't recommend this enough. And Six Flags is not paying me to say this. They don't pay me anything at all. I paid my $5 with my season pass to get in tonight. It just was an incredible experience. I'll tell you when it's a bad one. I'll tell you when it's a good one. Yeah, so highly recommend it. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a like and subscribe to the channel if you find this helpful so that you get all the different tips and tricks and info on what's happening at Six Flags Great Adventure so that you can have the best time possible the next time that you go. And remember, life's an adventure. Make it a great one.